very sunny today, which is really weird, but it's still, don't get it twisted, it's still cold. So apparently tomorrow and the next day are going to be -4 and -6 and potentially snow, which is quite cold for the UK. I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be super cold. And I actually have to go into work tomorrow, so it's going to be super cold in the morning, so I'm not looking forward to that one. Anyway, today's video, I actually want to speak about something that I kind of was aware or was brought to my attention yesterday, and you know what, I wanted to share it because it really resonated with myself, and maybe it might resonate with someone. But basically, I was speaking to my friend and she was explaining how, you know, sometimes it's not good to tell people your goals. And I've heard this before, and yeah, I never knew what the reasoning was, but I've heard of it before, the idea of you shouldn't tell people your goals. But I'm not someone that goes around telling people my goals anyway, but when someone asks, I do explain to them. And what I'm about to tell you now, that I was told yesterday, will really make sense, because it really hit with me, like, it really resonated with me, it really made sense to me. So yeah, I'm just not going to really say my goals as more frequently as, like, whenever someone asks. Well, I don't know, it's a bit weird, but basically, let me explain what the reasoning behind this is. So, yeah, it was also actually someone, another YouTuber called Elliot Choi. Some people might know him, some people might not. He's quite a famous YouTuber, actually. He spoke about this on his New Year goal setting, but for 2022. But what he was explaining was, and this is quite a common thing, is when you tell people your goals, you become, it's kind of like an ego stroke, because when you tell people your goals, you're not actually like going out and progressing on them or achieving them. You're verbally saying to someone what you want to achieve, what you want to hear, and it provides that sense of satisfaction and comfort, because you're hearing yourself talk about that, but you haven't achieved it yet. So because when you hear yourself speaking about your goals, it almost feels like you've achieved them, and being comfortable in that situation is not great, because you haven't achieved them in reality, right? So actually telling people your goals isn't necessarily the best thing, and definitely not publicizing it. I don't think, like, if you were to, on social media, if you were to, you know, explain to people that this is my goal and etc. And I know the counter argument to this is accountability, because once you've said to someone your goals, you've made it public. Now you have to be accountable to kind of go and achieve that. But the more I think about it, every time that I've had to explain my goals to someone, it does actually bring me satisfaction. Like, it really does. And because I'm kind of reinforcing to myself, like, whoa, okay, like, it does feel nice to talk about myself and my goals, and that's just completely, like, ego driven. And now that, like, that's been aware to me, and I'm just not, the only person I'm going to tell my goals to is myself. And of course you can tell your goals to, like, you know, really close people, but the idea is that you don't go out there and you're not constantly telling people your goals, like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to achieve this, because it is what you want to hear. You're saying stuff that you've not achieved already, but because you haven't achieved that already, it's good to hear yourself talk about it, because it makes you feel like you're on route to it, like it makes you feel like you're nearly there, it makes you feel like you've achieved it. So yeah, that's basically what the whole idea of not telling people your goals are. It's quite interesting, to be honest. I would like to hear anyone's opinions on this, because, you know, it really only hit me yesterday, so yeah, let me know what you think. But also, I wanted to ask, in terms of goal setting, like, I think it's really important to tell yourself, to kind of remind your goals to yourself every single day, because that is actually accountability. Like, that is your, oh wow, it's really bright. That really is setting yourself accountable, but it's also kind of, you're putting it into your mind, your subconscious, that this is what you need to get done, this is what you need to achieve, and then you're out there doing it. There is that famous quote, work hard in silence, let the success make the noise. And it kind of makes sense with this idea here of not revealing, not telling people your goals. But it's very interesting, I think. I think it's good to have general goals, and you can explain to people, for example, very easy goals can be like, I need to start working out more, I need to start getting my diet in check. Like, how many people say that? Like, literally a lot of people, right? So of course those kind of goals are unnecessary, but there are some goals where they are big. Like, they should scare you, because if you don't set yourself scary goals, then you're not really, you're very limiting yourself, first of all, because then it's quite easy to achieve, and then that's it. Like, you're not really pushing yourself to reach your potential. You're not really, you're becoming, in your mind, you've already put the idea that you can't achieve something. You've got a limit, and that's your limit. So you shouldn't do that. You should always set yourself very high goals, and then find the kind of small checkpoints to work towards those goals, and have that massive goal at the end as the final boss, or the completed, once you've completed all the small checkpoints which relates to your main goal, you've essentially reached your main goal. So it's important to set big goals. It's also important to remind yourself that you need to get these goals done every single day, or every single week, or however you want to structure it, really. And then it's also important to kind of stick to your word. Don't necessarily tell people your intentions of your goals, and just work hard at them. Just go all out. That's what I really want to say. I don't really have too much to add to this, but so I'm going to keep it very, very short. But let me know what you think about the whole idea of this, or the whole notion. It'll be very interesting